Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to 7 Days of Daily Growth with Nay. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are doing great, fantastic, amazing. I just hope y'all doing good. It is Wednesday. Let's journal about it Wednesdays. And so I'm going to hop right into it because, again, I gotta go to work. I always gotta go to work. Today's question is kind of stemming off of yesterday's conversational pieces. So, who am I? Journal about who you are. Ask yourself, who am I? What is my purpose? Who am I and what is my purpose? What was I put here to do? What do you, after journaling about, everything that you are, see if you can come to the conclusion about what your purpose in life might be. Because I was able to do the same thing. I was able to journal, and then, I already know who I am and what my purpose is, but, I don't think I've ever journaled about it, wrote it down, and so I was able to bring it together really nicely through writing it down. So I like that because I've already talked about it a little bit yesterday, and so I'm not going to read everything that I put, but I just feel like as I was coming to an end and thinking about my purpose, it just came together well. So just see if you are able to jot a few things down about who you are and what you were put here to do. What is your purpose? What do you believe your purpose is? I might still do purpose when we get there as a word of the day for Tuesdays, but I did want to go ahead and describe it for you guys so you can better understand it. So a purpose is something that is set up as an object or end to be attained. So it's what you intend to get. It's just like an end goal, basically. What is your purpose? What are you ending it with? Like when you settle, when it's all said and done, what is it that you want to have done? What do you want to have attained by the time you feel like I'm gonna settle and be done? Or even not being done, something that you attain when you're done, because some people's purpose is something that's going to keep going on forever and ever. You know what I'm saying? Until they're gone, that's just what their purpose is going to be. And I think that's like how mine is. Like that's just what it's going to be until I leave this earth. Even when I do settle and sit down somewhere. So I just started off with saying I am who I am. And I'm kind of going to circle back around it. I started off just kind of like, all right, well, dang, do I really know who I am? Why is it taking me so long to start writing? And it's because I'm one of the people when the teacher says stand up and tell me about yourself, I forget everything about myself. So this for me was like an on the spot question for me to answer. So I'm writing the answer, but for me to just sit there and just on the spot ask myself and have to think, I lost it all, because that's how I am. And that's why for me I really don't like on the spot questions. And so I had to really again rethink everything, let it come back to me, because of course I know who I am, but when I'm sitting down and I'm like, who am I lost everything. So I started off with saying I am who I am, and then I started to give some characteristics. Funny, beautiful, intelligent, weird, antisocial, bratty, determined, dedicated, talkative yet quiet. I'm passionate yet laid back, both passive and aggressive. I'm strong, full of wit, patient, humble, kind, sweet. I can be the B word at times. I'm sensitive, loving, emotional, and emotionless. I am a daughter, sister, granddaughter, cousin, friend. I am probably both hated and loved. I am this female that has seen and been through a lot, whose world hasn't always looked so pretty. I am the female who has cried many tears, yet walks around confidently as if life has never been cruel to me before. I am this female with so many scars on her heart, but still has managed to keep going. I am someone who has fought so many silent battles, yet has come out on top every time. I am someone who would give a person the shirt off of my back, the person that feels bad anytime I have to say no or put me first. I am that girl who attracts attention, yet has always preferred not to be seen. And I wrote that, I could go on and on and on and on. But I stopped there because that was a good stopping point for me, because I then said, my purpose, to no longer dim my light because it was meant to be on the nightstand so that others could be able to see their way in the dark. I am a lot of things, but the most important thing is that I am just me. I've accepted that there's many sides to me, so I could go on forever. I am uniquely me. Overall, I am love. My purpose is to spread the love and light that I have inside of me, that I can no longer dim or run away from, because that is what I was created to be, love and light. And then I ended today's journal prompt with, I love you, Nay. Love, Lanasia. Because you got to tell yourself you love yourself. You got to. You got to. I don't end the prompted journals like that unless it is called for. But when I do therapeutic journaling, I do end it with telling myself that I love myself. So that's my response to my journal prompt, and I went through that very fast. Go me. But that's how I wanted to do it. I wanted to go ahead and for this one just go ahead and get it out, because it's tailored to me. I didn't want to make it, all long and all, blah, blah, blah. But I was going to make it long anyway because I just only journal until I get to the end of this page. But, so basically today I feel like with this question, I just wanted to give y'all an example of, how to answer it. I started off giving myself character traits, and then I started to really get a little deeper into, some of the things I've been through, yet, made it out, came out stronger, didn't give in, didn't give up. Because I am strong, and I am determined, and I am dedicated, but I am sensitive, I am laid back, a little weird, very intelligent, seen a lot, fought a lot of silent battles. The thing about life is that, again, don't ever let nobody tell you who you are when they have no clue. The saying, you haven't walked a mile in my shoes is the truest saying ever. Because there's so many people that think they know you, especially in a world today where we have social media. And people really just stalk your social medias and just see what you post, and they take it and run with it, and they think like, this is her, this is who she is, this is what she like. No. I'm a real big one. Like, for me, I'm gonna be honest, this is not really off subject, but the type of person that I am, I don't even like to respond to DMs or anything like that. Like, I'd rather meet somebody in person, see them in person. Let's say I'm at a party or at a cookout or even at the store, and I see you, I'm like, oh, I see you. And that face-to-face interaction, that's what I prefer. I prefer somebody to come and get to know me themselves versus being on my social media or listening to other people and thinking, because you're just listening to their idea of me, and then you're making your own idea of me. And then I know, like, some people meet me and they like, wow, and I'm like, yeah, you gotta really get to know a person. And I know me enough to just not even just care what people think, because I know that nobody's walked a mile in my shoes. Nobody can tell me anything about my life, my decisions, my choices. I know people probably just kind of look and be like, look from the the outside in, and they're like, why didn't you do this, or you should have did this. But when it comes down to it, you got to really understand that there's a reason behind everything. It might not always be the most positive reason, but every move I've ever made in my life, there's been a reason to why I've done it. Even if I was moving off survival and fear, it is what it is, because I did what I knew at the time. And I know one thing about myself is I'm going to do what I have to do to make sure I'm alright, to make sure I'm good. So why I made this a question for today is because I really, really, really want people, whoever's watching, whoever's tuned in, really figure out who you are as a person. Like I said, the good, the bad, the light, and the dark is all important. It's all a balance to know who you are. And then work your way into your purpose. Just realizing who I am has made me realize that, I'm full of love and I'm a light. I might not be a light to everybody. That's why I said the light on the table in a room, because I might be in a mansion. There's so many other rooms with lights in there, and it only might be a few people in my room, but I'm that light on the lampstand that's lighting the way for them in that room particularly. I don't have to be lighting up the whole house. That's okay. But I was put here to light up a room, a particular room, So just figuring out who I am has made me realize that I'm a light and I'm loved, because, I've always been a good person. I ain't done the most greatest things. I've messed up. I've done wrong, I ain't been the best person to people. That's true. But I know that I'm a good person. And I know that, a lot of moves I've made in life that haven't been so good is just based off just doing what I thought was okay, or doing what I felt like I needed to do. And that's why, when you look back on your life and you look back on the mistakes and when you've done people wrong, you got to realize, like, I wasn't okay. I was unhealthy, and you have to forgive yourself for that. I didn't know no better until I knew better. And by then it was too late. The damage already done, But I've learned. And I definitely believe I got in karma. But I've learned too, I've learned too. So it's important to just to really know who you are. And again, like I said, I feel like I am loved because I'm a great person, a great friend, a great sister, a great daughter, a great cousin. I love who love me. But even if I ain't cool with certain people, if I don't talk to certain people, there's no bad blood with me, because if you text me and you need a favor and if I can help you out, if you call me and you need something and if I can help you, I'm going to help you. Because that's just who I am if I can do it. So, I know I'm full of love. And on this journey, I've learned that I'm both. And that I was put here to spread love and light, because that's just the way of life. Let me ask y'all something. What good do you get off of spreading hate and gossip and lies and just being just a messed up person? A mean person, a rude person. Like, I've been that person that's gossip. I ain't never spread no rumor. I've lied. I've talked. That's gossiping, basically. I've messed up. I've been mean, nasty attitude. I've done all that. And it has never gotten me anywhere. But to see me now, I'm not always positive. It's not always light. It's not always love. I have my days. I'm human. But I try my best to spread love and light because it feels great. It's beneficial to me when I do it. I feel good when I spread love and when I spread light and when I'm happy and when I'm smiling and when I'm there for people and when I'm able to just be me and, bring the light out of other people. People just tell me, like, keep being who you are, keep doing what you're doing, when, you know, I'm that go-to for people, that makes me feel good because I know that I'm a good person. People trust me enough to come to me. And I know people see me enough to be like, just keep being you, keep doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know I'm doing something right by spreading love, by spreading light, by just being who I am. Because I'm going to just be that. I am who I am. And, you know, I don't want to no longer hide who I am or dim that light. You know, I don't want to dim my quirkiness and my humor and my weirdness, you know, and my ugly laugh. I don't want to hide those things anymore. That's a part of my life. Just being everything that I am. My passion, my determination, that's my love. You know, and then that other side, you know, more the negative things, you know, I could be a little irresponsible, a little, you know, naggy and codependent, you know. But that's stuff that I work on, you know. You realize it about yourself. That's another thing about knowing who you are, is knowing, you know, the downside, the dark side, and just being able to try to make that side better. Try to work on that side, try to heal that side. Like me, like I said, for example, I know I'm a little irresponsible. Now in my life right now, I'm trying to be a more responsible person. I try as best as I can. I don't know why it's so hard. Like sometimes I just don't want to deal. I'm gonna just lay it on the table. Sometimes I just don't want to deal. Like, why can't it just be like free? Like, why can't I just be free of responsibilities? Like, why can't I be like Chucky on Rugrats? Why can't I be just like the Rugrats, like a little kid again, like responsibility free? Like, that would make me so happy because just I feel like being responsible, it just puts a lot on your shoulders. Like, it's a burden to bear the fact that you just have to be responsible. You have to be just responsible all the time. Give me a break. But you know, that's life. That's life. And so I'm learning how to be more responsible. Learning how to take care of things, getting things done, handle things with no complaints, because that's just the life we live. But you know, eventually, you know, one day I'm gonna be living free, carefree, and you know, I ain't even gotta worry about responsibilities because they gonna just already be what it be. They gonna already be handled. But you know, just picking up, just knowing life and knowing who you are, and just picking up on that downside about yourself, about myself, is that, you know, I'm learning to just be more responsible because it's gonna pay off. You know, I don't really be having a bad attitude no more. I ain't really I really don't catch attitudes no more. Unless, like, you know, I get real annoyed or something. Like, but out of my negative side, I really have done good. You know, I've been doing better. I notice the things that are negative about me and I work on them. I feel like I've learned a lot about myself through my relationships though, because, you know, I've been in relationships all my life, basically, or talking to somebody for long periods, and you know, those are typically the people that I become the closest with, the people that I date or are with for the longest. Like, you know, I get a little codependent on our relationship in a way where, you know, I depend on them, I lean on them to be that for me. And so, you know, I'm not saying that they're all I see, because, you know, I still live my life. I've always been that type of person where I've lived my life, you know, and been in relationships. But like, when I'm in a relationship or really rocking with somebody, you know, I put my full trust in them, and because I don't really do that. So I feel like if we're together, I should be able to depend on you, trust you, etc. And so I tend to get a little codependent and expect them to just really be that for me. And just experiencing my different relationships and being with, you know, those different people as I've grown up, it has taught me a lot about who I am, especially, you know, the way I love, especially my negative sides. It's kind of like, for me, I just was really able to project a lot onto them, you know, really just show it all, because, how do I put this? It's just that I was really, you know, able to take a lot out through them, you know, instead of who I needed to, you know, be mad at or looking at myself Instead, I would just, a lot of my emotions and a lot of my hurt and my anger would show through my relationships, basically. And they were just able to teach me just, that dark side of me, because I was letting out a lot of pain. And so, I was able to see a lot about myself as a person. And with that, I was just able to just definitely see the negative side of who I was in relationships when I deal with people. But now I feel like I don't even, I'm trying to be healthy in love. So that's why, I'm still healing and working on who I am as a woman, because I just know I ain't perfect right now. And I ain't trying to be perfect, but I just know I ain't healed enough to bring somebody in my world. No. So, it's important to know yourself in all aspects of life. It really is. That is what I was created to be. Love and light. My purpose, to spread love and light. The person I am lets me know that, that's what I was meant to do. Just be who I am and be there for people that need me in particular, that need my love and light in particular, to shine light in the places that God set me to be, to show love to the people in the room that God set me in. You know what I'm saying? So just know who you are. It's important. It's important to know who you are in this life. Because if you don't know who you are, you're going to be anything. You're going to be anything somebody tell you that you are. You're going to fall for anything. You're going to fall behind anything. You're going to believe whatever somebody tell you about you, etc., etc. When don't nobody know you but you. And so, at this big old age, somebody can come to me today and be like, you this, you that. And I'm like, no, that's you. Because I know who I am. And that's not like projection. Can anybody come over here and start telling me, oh, you this, oh, you that? You don't even know me. You don't know nothing about me. But I stand tall in who I am. So no matter what is said, what is thought, they got more so to do with them than me, because I know who I am. And I know what I've been through. I know what I brought myself out of. So can't nobody tell me nothing about me, and ain't nobody ever walked in these shoes. Ain't nobody ever walked my path but me. Ain't nobody went through this life but me. So that's why it's important to know who you are, and then also know what you're meant to do, what you were put here to do. When you know that, that's another thing nobody can tell you. They can't shut you down. They can't shut your dreams down. They can't shut your purpose down. Because you know and you believe and you stand on what you was put here to do. So nobody can't tell me, oh, you need to stop doing this. You need to stop doing... Come again? I don't need to do anything but keep doing what I'm doing and keep being who I am. You have to be secure in who you are and what your purpose is. Because if you're not secure, anybody can come and knock it right on down with just their words. They can just come get into your head with their words if you don't know who you are. If you're not standing on what you were put here to do, your purpose, it can easily be kicked over. Be secure and stand on who you are and what you were put here to do, who you were created to be. You are powerful. It's in you. It's not on you. It's your walk of life, not nobody else's. It's your path. It's your room that God set you in to light, to be light in the dark for other people to see. For other people to see their way in a dark room. You were put there to shine your light. You were put there to help them, to show them love, to be generous. And everybody's room don't look the same. Everybody's room don't look the same. The room he put you in don't look like the room he put me in. But we were still meant to do the same things. Light the way for somebody. Lead the way for somebody. Be there for somebody. Show somebody the way. Know who you are and be who you are. And don't let anybody stop you or tell you, that ain't, you don't know me. How you gonna tell me something about me you don't even know me? That's why it's important to know you. Know all of you. So nobody can tell you nothing. And how you question it. You shouldn't even question nothing. You know who you are. You know your story. It's your story. You know your story and everything you done been through. Who are you? Who am I? I hope you guys have had a great Wednesday. Y'all be blessed. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay beautiful. Be patient. Be kind. Be humble. Be gentle. Show compassion. You are love. Love is within you. So show love. You are light. Shine your light. Shine your light. Light the way for others to see. I love you guys from my heart to yours.